It's Roger once again, Mudfossil University, doing a little vagina research today. Actually, what I'm doing here, and I know you say, oh, this is rude, this is crude, what are you doing, this is obnoxious, you're just a dirty old man. No, absolutely not. This is biology, and what's going on here is very, very depressing, my friends, is that the people that we had relied on to tell us the truth, and still people going to school, they know that this isn't true, and they're telling people just disregard this guy, he's a crazy guy, just leave him alone and don't pay any attention to him. If you do, then you're going to go crazy too. Well, I'm not crazy. You're the people that are crazy. I live in the most hysterically comedic world I could even imagine. Totally absent, delusional people, lost in every facet of their lives. Totally lost, thinking that life is just wonderful, happy, oh, this is great. Well, you have been so misled. It's really absolutely mind-boggling. Now, what I'm going to show you right now is biology. It has nothing to do with vulgar and voyeurism and all this baloney, so don't give me that stuff. This is biology showing you that the Earth is absolutely nothing like the geologists said. Absolutely, totally different. And this is the proof. And if you can disregard this proof and walk away from it, shame on you. Now, this is a vagina. Absolutely no question it's a vagina. There's nobody anatomically could possibly miss this. Now, secondly, if you see this tiny, tiny, tiny little split that goes entirely from top to bottom, that is called the abdominal seam. When you are born, there's a cavity, there's a ball that grows and it crushes around and it forms a seam here, and then inside the inside is where your abdomen forms, and I'm going to show you that. It's as simple as this. When the egg gets fertilized, it starts to cell divide and it starts to grow into an actual ball, just looks like a basketball. And then at a certain cell level, I'm not sure what number of cells it is, it might be 64, something like that, the internal cavity collapses. So instead of being a ball like this, it goes bloop inside, and then it seals right here. That seal is a fascia seal. And what happens is when they, in the salt water, waterlogging, and the expansion of the body, the seal cracks. And that's why you see them in every single one of the vaginas. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of them. Now this is the Mudfossil research group that's up on YouTube, on Facebook, and I also have Mudfossil University up on Facebook. But somebody sent me this picture right here, and they said, what do you see here? And I said, I see a vagina. And what this is right here is that this is the bottom part of the vagina, and that's what's called the vestibule, this little part here. And then they did a dive, went through the whole center here. It has all of the same articulation and architecture of a vagina. It's a vagina, there's no question about it. And this is the vestibule right here. That's the vestibule that shows up, as I said, right here, this little piece right here. Now, this is another vagina here. There's the seam that goes right up the side. They have all of these rings around. That is the vaginal tissue. It's made that way. Here's another one. All right. They all have that seam that goes up, and this woman is absolutely out of her mind. She falls off of here. This kid is going with her. They're all going to go down 3 at once. Now this is all the kids want to come home. All right, that's the same one we saw. And that, by the way, I believe it's in Bulgaria. It's an old Trajan monument that they used to worship at. Now that's vaginal tissue. That's what it looks like. It has those ridges, and it's a circular wraparound all the way around. And I'll show you more of that. This is a vagina. I don't care what you say. That is a vagina. I did the 3D virtual tour through this whole thing. It goes all the way down into the fallopian tubes. It's the deepest cave on the face of the earth. And it's a vagina. That is the vaginal mat there that covers the vaginal seam that seals the cavity. All right, so this is not silly. And then people, oh, this can't be, it's impossible, it's impossible. Well, good for you. If you feel that way, go about your way. Now, that is the vestibule. This is Ruby Falls, and the water comes right out of the vagina. And if you follow it back up, it has the fallopian tubes in there, and they call them the tobacco leaves. And they are the fallopian tubes. It's the little feathers off of the fallopian tube. Here's one somebody sent. There's another vagina. There's this split that goes right up. Looks like she had a bikini on or something. Now, there's another one, and the same. They all have that split. If you look in real close, you're going to see the split in that one too. They all have it. That's just biology. So this is the problem. It's biology. It's anatomy. Here's another one right there. There's the split. You can't miss it. You cannot miss this. You take this to any physician and you say, "What is this?" And if he says that's not what you're seeing here is not a vagina, then you better go find another physician, because I would not let him even touch me. All right, and there's that vagina again. I mean, that's what it is what it is. There's that circular canal. There's the vestibule thing that I showed in the front. It shows the cervix. The whole thing's there. So that's just biology. There's no vulgar takeaway here whatsoever. This is biology. People understand biology, understand. I'm going to show you a breast that was actually sent to me this morning. Watch this. Debbie Hudson sent me this morning. Apparently this is in China somewhere. She's trying to do a little more research, find out. But that's the breast. That's the nipple right there. Now, what we want to see is the inside, the back. The broken parts are the best places to find out where the blood supply came and all of the different internal parts of these things. Everybody sends me the money shots, but I like to see the internal, the broken parts are my best source of information to verify exactly what I'm looking at. Now, I mean, I'm pretty obvious what this is, and I understand this tissue, and I understand these little tiny stripes and cracks and so forth of the skin, and I understand why it's this color below the surface, and this was a layer of the skin, and I'm pretty understanding of the rings and so forth that are here. It is what it is, but I have 45,000 people now that are all very highly engaged in this. They're very, very excited about this, and they're all sending me things. I'm like Ripley's Believe It or Not on steroids now. And I'm very, very sorry that I'm not responding to virtually anybody anymore. I don't have time. I have so many things that it's just a physical impossibility, and I do not mean to not do that. I look at every single response that goes up there, but I just don't have time to respond. You know, if there's something absolutely desperate, I do. And I'm trying to put this information out as fast as I can get it out, because I'm getting information daily that it just absolutely stunning information that is being denied and being overlooked and being ignored and being fought against very, very intently by the people that are saying things that they've always believed were true. I'm not saying they didn't believe they were true, but they've proven not to be true. Let's move on. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. Don't just hide from it. You can't hide from this. It cannot be hidden from. I have a video on here. Well, I'm going to show you that right now. All right, I have hundreds of videos, and I have a whole series of them about the story and the rocks and so forth. Now, what we're going to look at here is a quick one that I want you to go up and take a look at up on YouTube, and this tells you how to go find your own. What you're gonna find. All right, now this right here is well, I have all the stuff here I could show you in person, but this is the video, and it starts off by saying that these are mud fossils, and all, you know, some of these have been DNA tested and certified and so forth, and that's just what it is. These are mud fossils, and I'm going to show you how to go out and find your own. All right, so just go up here and watch this. It's called Mudfossil I, Part 12, Finding Mud Fossils. All right, it's time to get out of this morass of just telling the kids, look, just get their money, just tell them what they want to hear, don't try to make any waves, let this guy talk in the woods, nobody's going to listen to him. Well, you can't help but listen to me, because every rock you pick up, you can determine for your own self. And if you can't do this in 15 minutes, you are an incompetent, bumbling idiot. If you can't find a rock, all you can do is pick up a rock. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to put anybody down, but if you say you can't do this, I'm sorry, you got an issue with you, not me, not with the rocks, not with the biology, not with the geology here. You got a problem with yourself because you're not looking. You pick them up. You got to start to study this. You can't just go walk out and grab a rock and say, "Oh, here it is, there it is. Yep, I know exactly what that is." Yep. Well, I do know exactly what that is, but I looked at it and I understand what things are, and I understand all of these rocks. I got hundreds and thousands of rocks that I've looked at. I filled a 200-foot drainage ditch with the leftovers, and I still have them coming out of my ears. I have virtually everything that was every body part there ever was. So don't tell me that it's impossible and it's wrong. And I have them DNA tested and CAT scan and everything else. So this is not silly, and it has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed now. It's been 6 years. Very, very poor form in the universities, and I think they should give the money back. I think they should give the money back. This wasn't hidden. Nobody has to go search for this. I've been forcing this onto the universities for 6 years. Nobody responds. Nobody cares. That's my opinion. That's my statement. I think they should give the money back. I think if there was a class action lawsuit, they would lose.